Right as the European Union say they're looking at imposing taxes on Chinese EVs because of the Chinese invasion being a state subsidized event, basically China's grand plan to take over the European automotive market, BYD begins taking over Ford factories in Europe and Brazil. CATL, BYD, and many other Chinese car makers announced they are building car factories and battery factories in Europe, and BYD just took over several BMW, Mercedes, Aston Martin, and other branded stores in China. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. Great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. BYD's high-end luxury brand called Fangcheng Bao, which, by the way, actually does make some pretty damn impressive vehicles, announced in August it is building 100 stores in 60 cities in China. 100 stores, that's quite a lot. Now, at the same time, it is disrupting legacy automakers in China. It's obviously the best-selling car manufacturer in China now. It's pretty significant considering 28 million cars are sold per year in the country. Recently, pictures of nearly finished new showrooms started to pop out on Chinese social networks, as per carnewschina.com, pointing out that many of them took over space from premium automakers like Mercedes-Benz. Chinese media outlet Zeekr reported that the new Fangcheng Bao showroom in Yaxing, about 1 hour drive from Shanghai, is a former store and service center of Mercedes-Benz. Another store is nearly finished, which is a former Aston Martin flagship showroom. Now, this comes right as Mitsubishi has fled China, basically dumped all of its assets. It's got numerous car factories in China in joint venture partnerships. It's just walking away from all of that. And of course, Jeep declared bankruptcy there. It's really just a matter of time before this happens to numerous other legacy automakers in China. It's worth keeping in mind, thousands of retail stores have declared bankruptcy within the last 12 months in the country. And new regulations will make it very difficult for them to sell their internal combustion engine vehicles, which is pretty much the only kind of vehicle that legacy automakers sell in China, once those come into play by the end of this year. Italian brands have been affected as well. Another BYD store is under construction, an hour's drive from the Guangzhou city centre. Before, it was a Maserati store. Aside from taking over stores and service centers of legacy automakers, Fangcheng Bao, which of course BYD's premium brand, is building many showrooms elsewhere. Apparently they're putting new showrooms in shopping malls, which is a move made by new EV brands in China. Legacy automakers are just ignoring it. They're just pretending like business as usual, but at the same time they're putting massive discounts on their EVs. I mean, for example, some EVs from premium German automakers are up to 50% off their retail price. If you visit a mall in any tier 1 or tier 2 Chinese city, you'll be amazed by how many cars you see on site in the mall, and they're pretty much all EVs or plug-in hybrids. Some showrooms are built on former BMW spaces where BMW has said, okay, we're done here. Now, will BMW be saying that in China anytime soon? Well, I don't think so, unless the European Union starts to do crazy things in Europe, and then that will probably force China's hand in China, and that could be bad for BMW because BMW makes more money out of China than it does out of Europe. Anyway, Fangcheng Bao Bao 5 is one of 3 new premium brands under BYD. It's positioned under Yangwang and above Denza. So you can see BYD is really branching out with the branding here. I personally think it's getting confusing, but anyway, this is what they love to do in China. They love to have multiple brands. So BYD are really targeting multiple sectors here. They're going after Toyota. They're going after Land Cruiser buyers or larger SUV buyers. They're also going after the premium sector with their super expensive high-end electric SUVs. They're really trying to target everyone here. They're not really happy with, dominating these lower priced or mid-priced sectors. They want to go after the rich as well. In addition to that, keep in mind, they're also making supercars and also multi-$100,000 SUVs, electric SUVs. BYD seem to have a new car that they're launching every second month. And at the same time, they seem to be taking over a new factory every second month. I mean, they're not just taking over Ford factories, they're taking over factories, failed companies in China. They basically failed automakers in China. They just go over there and they say, well, we'll take that factory. And guess what they pay for that former factory? I can tell you now, it's nowhere near the book price. Now, if you look at Toyota's books, I'd call it cooking the books. You know why I call it cooking the books? Remember how much Toyota sold their factory in Fremont to Tesla for? Do you think it was book value? Do you think it was anywhere near Toyota's claimed valuation of its company? So we're seeing all these valuations done by Wall Street. They're utterly nonsensical because, I mean, how much money do you think Nokia's factory was worth that was making 3310s? I mean, all the production lines in that factory, that's what they're basing the valuations on, those production lines. But how much are those production lines worth that used to make Kodak analog film, or Kodak film canisters and analog cameras? How much are they worth now? So this is the challenge here. BYD are basically proving my point here that I've been saying now for a number of years. These factories are worth nowhere near what the book value is. This could lead to a stock price collapse because once this hits Japan, which it will pretty soon, once the Japanese automotive industry starts to go down the toilet, well, what happens to the rest of the automotive industry? What happens to our perception of the valuation of legacy auto as a whole? It's going to change very, very quickly. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? I'm intrigued to know. Thanks for watching.